Alrighty, buenos dias. For all you that don't know what that means in Spanish, I'll translate. That means good morning. We're going to resurface this deck here. Just throw some porch paint on. Simple, simple, simple. Nothing crazy. Repaint the posts and etc. So we're going to hop right into it. I'm going to do a little sanding with 80 grit sandpaper and my orbital sander. I also just got a new detail sander from Milwaukee. There's a doggy right there. What are you doing here? Go over there. Get out of here. Don't worry, guys. I love dogs. And then we're going to cover it with some primer and some paint. So I'll get started. Alrighty, going with the brand new 80 grit sanding disc by the Devil. Diablo, it's called. Got my little Ryobi sander. I'm going to connect the brand new or freshly charged battery as well. And I also suggest that you use a respirator, either like a full face one like this or standard issue like a paint respirator with the cartridges. Of course, there's the dust mask ones you can use, those N95 whatever, but those aren't going to protect you as well as these guys will. And if you're going to be doing this for years or a long time, it just makes more sense to just go with the good stuff. Alrighty, I got my respirator on. That's probably why I sound kind of muffled. I'm going to start from the furthest edge and work my way back. And we'll just get at it. Alrighty, let's see if you can see this shot. Let's point the camera down. So, always best to start from one corner and just go back and forth evenly. Yeah, it's going to be a pain in the butt, but I'm going to try it and go for it. Alrighty. 80 grit. Here we go. And just to add, we're just going to give it a light sanding so we can get the paint to stick really nice. Alright, you probably noticed that I can't get into these corners here. There's no way with that sander, but I got this Milwaukee detail sander that's pretty cool, and it's got like a triangle edge. I'll break it out later and we'll do the corners, so I'm not going to sweat over it right now. I'll just get the majority or the gross sanding out of the way, and I'm trying to stay within this spot so I'm not getting up and moving a bunch. I'm just going to go spot by spot and try to work efficiently. I would suggest getting some knee pads. Bad rich, I don't have them yet. I should have bought some, man, but I forgot it. So but I'm young and tough enough to hang in there for just a day. I'll try to take breaks and etc, so I'm not down here the whole time. So we'll get to it again. All right, baby, quick tip here: if you're sanding, you don't have to be on your hands and knees. You could just be sitting down as I'm doing. I'm sitting down on my butt, and I'm brusquely, I got the sander going back and forth this way. This is pretty relaxing, but I'm still even gonna have to take a break from just sitting down here. Alrighty, so day 2 here. I just finished up sanding the porch. Got my orbital sander there. Word of advice: if you're gonna use a cordless one, make sure you have plenty of batteries. I probably went through one of the 4-amp batteries on this thing every 30 minutes or so. I have 3 of them, so I was able to charge one as I'm working through there. But a couple times I had to switch to the detail sander, which is this little guy, which is freaking awesome. I just got it, Milwaukee, and allows you to get in between all these small tight places here around the edges and the corners. So
I got through most of it. I do need to tape these areas off, and then I'm gonna hand sand in here real quick. But I just wanted to show you what the product looks like for now, before we get to painting. And let's take a look at this sand here. All right, getting ready to tape off these metal slats, and I'm just getting a small piece of the orange tape. I think the orange tape is most appropriate. It's the heavy duty stuff. Get it at all your big box stores. You know which ones. And I'll just try to get it as tight as possible. All the way down to the bottom. And around. All right, not much magic here. Just try to get your edges in tight as possible. That way your paint looks very nice when it's all said and done. Yeah, I kind of got the bottom of that right there, but it's still gonna look real sexy. And then you can use your fingernail or even like a small blade or screwdriver and just kind of push it in a little bit more if you need to. These edges are coming out pretty nice. So, all right, well that's that. Not much else to see, just repeat. Alrighty, here we are, all ready to roll, ready for paint, all taped up. With the exception of these corners here, I got a razor blade this, so this is some mounting brackets. It's impossible to get them perfect just by taping them, so what I did is I taped over, and then I'm gonna take a razor blade and cut all the shapes out. So that'll take a little bit of time, but we're pretty much ready to roll for the most part. Everything's sanded down. I taped along the edges. Don't be afraid to use extra tape. I really only needed to do about an inch up, but I went another layer on top of here, just in case I hit it with the roller. It's always better to do a little extra than be chasing paint splatters or accidental painting with a rag. Been there, done that. So anyhow, there she is. So I'm gonna go through very quickly with the procedure on how I'm gonna get these all trimmed up and ready to roll. So we're gonna break out our handy dandy utility knife and basically just take the back of this guy, push it in there, then take the front, and I'm just cutting away the excess tape. So I'm putting it right at the edge using the bracket that I'm covering up with the tape as a guide. And then I can just kind of peel away the excess there. Oh, let's cut that off too. Ideally use a nice fresh sharp blade to do this. There's that. We'll do another one on this side. Get my finger in there, try to really get it sunk in there. Okay, I am almost done with this taping job. So I taped yesterday, and then today I've been doing the cuts around here. I mentioned that earlier with the razor blade, but I just wanted to throw a little tip out there. If you still cut it and you get the edge that's not that sexy, like this one here. Just make sure you can see that angle. This is got a kind of crappy edge there. Taping is the whole deal, right? Like the better you tape, the better the job's going to come out. So take your time with it. That way it doesn't, you know, paint doesn't look funky. You got these weird edges and lines and stuff. So anyways, here's the tip. The tape I got is 2-inch. If you don't have any smaller like pinstriping tape, you can get that also. And you want to get some less than wide, you know, lines that are tight, but the tape is too wide for the area you're taping. I am just taping it up here, for example, putting a slice in it, kind of in the center, and then now I have 2 edges that I can use. Of course, you want to use the factory edge, the one that came on the roll. If you use your cut edge, then it's all crooked. So now that I have that edge and I have a little thin piece of tape, I can repair that and get that super sexy. And there you are. I got another little corner right here that's revealed. I'm gonna hit that too. And I could push it in with my razor knife here, utility knife, and really get it nice and tight. So there. Now that went from mediocre to super sexy. We're all ready to go. Everything's taped off. Get ready to paint. So I chose this 3-inch brush. It's not a cheapie, but it's not like the super expensive one. I've used these before. They come in like a 3-pack at Home D. So I'll go ahead and use that 3-inch because that's about the size of the surface I'm using. Trying to get a lot of coverage. And then today we are using Sherwin-Williams exterior latex wood primer. Cool. I already shook it up. We're at a good temperature for painting, so I'm gonna go get my mask on and start painting. Alright, get my mask nice and tight. Start over here. All right, check it out. So we just did the first coat of primer on this bad dog. Came out pretty good. The taping took way longer than I thought, but taking your time and doing the taping will make sure the edges come out really nice. So there we are. All right, check it out, everybody. We got the lattice put in, all finito. Looks ultra sexy. And one coat of our paint. We're gonna go ahead and do the lattice on this side, but not today. And also cap these stairs off with this 1x6. Patio is transforming. Alrighty, here we are, finished product on the porch redo or refurbish. Got all brand new lattice. Kick toes, all painted. Put the lights back on. Trim's all done. Ledger board for future sale. But that's it. Later.